Are you aware that, even as you sit here reading, your muscles are quietly ebbing away? Maybe you felt an odd hollowness, a subtle weakness creeping up on you, lurking underneath the surface, with no obvious illness to explain it. Imagine if I told you that there are specific foods capable of stalling, or even reversing, this hushed theft of your strength. It's a chilling truth. After the age of 60, the body becomes its own saboteur, methodically breaking down muscle tissue in absolute silence. There's no pain, no visible clues, just mornings where you can't shake off exhaustion, a battle to rise from your chair, a slight stumble on the stairs that feels more ominous with each passing week. Most people dismiss this as the cost of growing older. But beneath the surface, a far more sinister force is at work, a shadowy condition called sarcopenia. Can it be stopped? Researchers now suggest that some foods, already haunting your kitchen cabinet, perhaps even missing from it, harbor compounds that could resurrect muscle mass, even in the oldest among us. Yet most doctors won't even mention this fading threat. Sarcopenia, have you ever heard its name whispered? It slips into your life unnoticed, slowly sabotaging your most basic abilities. And by the time you're forced to notice, your balance has vanished, your legs have weakened. Rising from your bed feels like climbing from a grave. You may never see it coming, but by the time it's finished, the evidence is unmistakable. Unexplained tumbles, feeble limbs, and a relentless sense that something is quietly, ruthlessly being taken from you. What lingers in the shadows of medical advice is seldom voiced. There's an ominous force quietly shaping your fate, one you might sway if only you dared. The foods you select, or thoughtlessly neglect, may decide whether you grow old with power or descend into frailty sooner than you imagine. Alarming new research reveals that certain nutrients possess the unnatural power to awaken muscle regeneration, even as years weigh heavy on your bones. The most chilling realization: these safeguards aren't exotic or costly. They're likely lurking already in your kitchen, ignored in plain sight. You could be growing weaker at this very moment, utterly unaware, edging closer to a future where you wake up helpless, unable to rise from bed on your own. Picture straining for a few unsteady steps, clutching at walls in rooms that once felt safe. This slow, consuming nightmare overcomes thousands each year, slipping in quietly, seldom announced. Age-related muscle decay isn't a sudden visitor. It creeps in relentlessly, stealing away your stability and independence piece by piece, until you hardly recognize yourself. More than broken bones follow that first sudden fall. Lurking beneath the surface is the bone-chilling realization that your body is betraying you, tempering your confidence with every uncertain step. Dark statistics from Harvard warn that nearly a third of muscle mass can evaporate after 60, no matter how healthy you feel, because your changing body imperceptibly resists the habits that once protected you. But beneath this gloom, a glimmer remains. Science now whispers of a way to claw back what time would steal. Salvation demands precision, carefully chosen foods, exact nutrients, ruthless focus. Whether you heed this warning or drift further into decline is a choice that grows heavier with every passing night. Immediate action is needed before muscle loss becomes permanent. Certain foods, identified by scientific research, can actually help reverse sarcopenia in people over 70, or where muscle decline was once viewed as inevitable with age. Recent discoveries have upended this assumption. Current research demonstrates that, while aging does impact the body, effective strategies, including changes in diet, can halt and even reverse muscle loss. Food is increasingly recognized as one of the most effective tools available. Experts at Harvard Medical School have pinpointed specific bioactive compounds in some foods that boost protein synthesis, fight inflammation, and support muscle tissue repair. Remarkably, the right dietary choices may outperform many prescription medications, with some foods showing muscle-building effects superior to drugs, especially in adults over 80. One notable study found that 91% of participants older than 70 regained significant muscle mass within just 6 weeks, using dietary changes alone. These aren't miracle ingredients. They require consistent consumption as part of a well-rounded routine, ideally with professional support. Their benefits build up over time, so the earlier you integrate them, the better the results. In the next sections, you'll discover the 13 key foods, practical tips for adding them to your meals, and the common mistakes that can undermine their effectiveness. 13 foods that help rebuild your muscles after 60. Number 9 is so effective it even surprises doctors. Greek yogurt, the nighttime powerhouse that supports your muscles while you sleep. Few foods rival Greek yogurt when it comes to maintaining muscle mass. It's made by straining out the whey, which concentrates the protein content, so a 170-gram serving can provide as much as 20 grams of top-quality protein. The key benefit is its protein casein, which digests slowly and delivers amino acids gradually over several hours, making it an ideal choice before bed. While you sleep, your body goes through an extended fast, during which muscle breakdown ramps up. Eating Greek yogurt at night gives your muscles a steady stream of nutrients, supporting repair throughout the night. In addition to protein, it's packed with calcium, vitamin D, and phosphorus, three nutrients essential for bone and muscle health. Its probiotics promote gut health, which helps your body absorb nutrients and keeps inflammation in check, boosting muscle recovery. Opt for plain varieties with no added sugar for the best benefits. You can add berries, seeds, or a little honey for extra flavor and nutrition. Including Greek yogurt in your diet 3 or 4 evenings a week could significantly improve your strength and independence at an age when many others start losing both. Fatty fish, the omega-3 rich secret to renewed muscle vitality. Salmon, sardines, mackerel, and tuna are excellent for preserving muscle through the years thanks to their high-quality protein and generous omega-3 oils, especially EPA and DHA. These compounds do more than simply quell inflammation, the relentless force that gnaws away at aging muscles. They also render muscle tissue disturbingly hungry for protein. As years wear on, the body grows numb to the nutrients that once kept it strong. But omega-3s act almost as a necromancer, resurrecting sensitivity and sparking eerie new growth in muscle, preserving lean flesh when nature intends only decay. A 100g portion of salmon brings not just a potent shot of protein, about 20g worth, but a payload of fats that slip quietly into your system, changing you from the inside. Salmon hides another secret, vitamin D, the sunlight nutrient, without which muscle fibers and bones can crumble unnoticed. Research lurking in the pages of the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition tracked the fate of older adults feasting on oily fish, revealing that those who tasted its flesh twice weekly were spared the rapid sapping of strength and movement that claimed their peers over 3 years. Preparing fish over open flame, in the oven's slow heat, or boiling water releases its full measure. Avoid frying or the chemical haze of over-salted cans unless you're prepared to risk more than you gain. If the logistics of fresh fish become overwhelming, a shadowy alternative awaits. Consult with your doctor about harnessing fish oil supplements. Though the bottled essence can never truly replace the dark magic of eating the whole creature. Then there are eggs, nature's cheap, unassuming superfood, igniting muscle growth with a kind of alchemical ferocity. Once wrongly demonized as vessels of deadly cholesterol, eggs have emerged from the shadows, studies now suggest. For most, moderate consumption won't tip the heart towards doom, and might even strengthen it. For the elderly, an egg is more than nourishment. It's a bulwark against decline. Each contains 6g of protein and a host of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, the trace elements your body craves as it battles the slow creep of time. Eggs are a powerhouse of nutrition for older adults. Each egg packs around 6 grams of top-quality protein, along with a mix of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that support overall health. The real nutritional magic is in the yolk, where you'll find choline, vital for neuromuscular health, and leucine, an amino acid that kickstarts muscle protein synthesis. As we get older, our muscles don't respond as enthusiastically to muscle-building signals, but foods rich in leucine help counter this sluggishness. According to research from the University of Illinois, eating whole eggs instead of just egg whites after exercising can boost muscle response by up to 40%, a benefit seen even in seniors. Eggs also offer vitamin D, selenium, and iron, nutrients commonly missing from more basic diets. For best results, consider eating 1 to 2 eggs each morning. Their convenience, myriad uses, and ability to fuel your muscles make them a smart addition to any senior's routine. Nuts and seeds, though small, are fierce protectors of muscle mass. Don't let their diminutive size fool you. Nuts, chestnuts, and seeds are packed with plant-based proteins, healthy fats, vitamins, and minerals, all of which support muscle retention in older adults. For instance, a 20 to 30 gram handful of almonds contains about 6 grams of protein, plus magnesium, vitamin E, and zinc. Magnesium in particular is key for proper muscle contraction and energy production. A lack of it can leave muscles feeling tired and weak. Zinc is involved in testosterone synthesis, supporting muscle strength maintenance even as levels decline later in life. Meanwhile, vitamin E acts as a potent antioxidant, protecting muscle cells from oxidative stress, something that worsens with age. Pumpkin and chia seeds are not just nutritious additions. Their fiber content promotes gut health, which boosts the uptake of muscle-supporting nutrients. In studies from Tufts University, seniors maintaining sufficient vitamin E in their bloodstream lost significantly less muscle mass over time. Snacking on nuts or seeds each day, or tossing them into salads, yogurts, or smoothies can be a simple way to help muscle health, but their high-calorie content means portion control matters. Beans and legumes, powerhouses of muscle preservation, are staples on many tables but are often underrated for their benefits, especially among older adults. Foods like lentils, chickpeas, peas, and black beans provide abundant plant protein, critical fiber, and key minerals. A single cup of cooked beans delivers up to 15 grams of protein, along with iron, potassium, and magnesium crucial for muscle performance. Legumes also contain resistant starch, a unique carbohydrate that feeds healthy gut bacteria, helping to establish an anti-inflammatory state that protects muscle tissue. Research clearly links gut health to the preservation of lean muscle mass when digestion and nutrient uptake are optimized and inflammation is kept in check. Muscles are better supported. The iron in legumes is particularly valuable, bolstering oxygen delivery to muscle fibers, and thus supporting strength, stamina, and recovery. Researchers at Tufts University's Human Nutrition Research Center observed that older adults who ate legumes at least 4 times a week experienced less muscle loss and kept more of their physical endurance over 5 years. Or for those who struggle with digestive issues, it's best to start with modest amounts and slowly build up. Soaking beans ahead of time can help soothe the discomfort, making this habit just a bit more bearable. Beans and legumes might not look like much, but they quietly stand between aging bodies and the slow erosion of strength. Then there are dark leafy greens, spinach, kale, arugula, Swiss chard, all with a delicate appearance that belies how easily weakness can take hold without them. Embedded in these leaves are surprisingly potent properties, natural nitrates that the body turns into nitric oxide, which dilates blood vessels, allowing better blood flow and more nutrients to reach weary muscles. This becomes essential when each step feels a little heavier and recovery from simple exertion takes longer than it once did. Swedish research from the Karolinska Institute found that older adults who managed higher nitrate intake enjoyed stronger legs and could walk farther before fatigue forced them to stop, though even these gains can sometimes feel small against the tide. Greens also hold magnesium, potassium, and calcium, minerals that once felt easy to get, but now serve as a subtle lifeline for muscle function and bone health. Just 1 cup of cooked spinach can meet almost half an older person's magnesium needs, though sometimes the body resists even when help is at hand. Among the nutrients present in these leaves, vitamin K stands out, playing a central role in the formation of proteins needed for muscle preservation and bone integrity, offering some protection against fractures that become more threatening with wet age. Yet, as reported in the Journal of Gerontology, those fortunate enough to maintain higher levels of vitamin K experienced less severe declines in strength and fared better in physical tasks, even in the later chapters of life. Striving for these benefits, the recommendation emerges at least 2 cups of dark green leaves per day, whether blended, tossed in salads, simmered in soups, or sautéed with garlic and olive oil. Still, how many nutritious leaves are left untouched at mealtime, while the possibility of maintaining strength slips by? Olive oil, too, rarely receives enough credit for defending aging muscles. The discourse on muscle loss usually revolves around protein. The critical role of certain fats is often brushed aside. Extra virgin olive oil, the very heart of the Mediterranean diet, carries unique compounds that fight the inflammation silently weakening muscles through the years. Oleocanthal, in particular, mirrors the action of ibuprofen, blunting the inflammation, quietly chipping away at physical resilience. As the body grows older, it becomes vulnerable to inflammation that rarely announces itself, but methodically stalls muscle repair and blurs the body's ability to make use of protein. Olive oil, when included in the daily diet, helps halt this progression. It also makes it easier for muscles to absorb nutrients, though with each passing year, this process requires more effort. The University of Navarra has shown that those who consistently consume olive oil tend to retain more strength, move with slightly less burden, and feel the fragility of aging hold back a little longer. And yet, these small defenses, so easily overlooked, so often go unused. Olive oil isn't just an everyday kitchen staple. It's a silent manipulator of your deepest biology, quietly fueling the creation of powerful anabolic hormones like testosterone and growth hormone. Even as these levels drop with age, their lingering influence over your muscle mass persists in the background. To reap its full, shadowy rewards, slip 2 to 3 tablespoons into daily meals. Drizzle over cold salads, let it haunt your dishes as a finishing touch, or keep it low and slow in barely warm preparations. Seek only the highest quality oils, cold-pressed, shrouded in dark bottles, sourced with care, or risk contamination and lost potency. While it appears innocent on your countertop, olive oil works beneath the surface, shaping strength and holding back the decay that age brings. Berries, those vibrant, tempting jewels, play a more sinister game. They guard your muscles with an arsenal of antioxidants, shielding tissue from the relentless, unseen assault of oxidation. Strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, and blackberries are more than just dessert garnish. They are nature's most formidable defenders, wielding anthocyanins and polyphenols against the cellular damage and creeping muscle death wrought by free radicals. With time, oxidative damage festers, breaking muscles down, weakening fibers, and hastening the inevitable loss of lean mass. The potent compounds in berries slow this decline, combating the low-burning inflammation that sets sarcopenia in motion. Tufts University studies found the aged who consumed berries regularly maintained stronger, more resilient muscles, and recovered faster from physical trials than their peers. Their vitamin C content threads resilience through your tendons and muscle fibers, offering structure as a bulwark against the silent erosion beneath your skin. Even their low glycemic index helps keep other unseen dangers at bay. These fruits are a source of vitamin C, which is key for making collagen, a protein that gives structure and resilience to muscles and tendons. Thanks to their low glycemic index, they help keep blood sugar steady, avoiding insulin spikes that could interfere with muscle metabolism. For the best results, aim to have at least 1 cup of berries per day, whether fresh or frozen, enjoyed on their own or mixed into yogurts, smoothies, or porridges. Each bite acts as a natural defense against muscle aging, a benefit that often goes unnoticed by seniors. Lean meat often gets left out of the diets of older adults, either because of cholesterol worries or changes in eating patterns, but it's actually a strong ally in fighting weakness and loss of muscle mass. When eaten in moderation and chosen carefully, lean red meat, like duck drumstick or filet mignon, provides roughly 25 grams of high-quality, complete protein per 100 grams serving. This means you get all the essential amino acids required for rebuilding muscle tissue. The real advantage of meat is its high content of leucine, an amino acid that switches on the anabolic mTOR pathway, the body's main trigger for building muscle. As people age, this pathway becomes less receptive, so bigger and more concentrated nutrient sources are needed to spark the same response. Lean meat delivers exactly that. In addition to protein, it offers creatine, a natural compound that boosts muscle strength, endurance, and recovery. Research from McMaster University showed that seniors who consumed lean red meat alongside resistance exercise gained much more muscle mass compared to those who ate similar amounts of plant-based protein. Lean meats do more than fuel your body. They seep iron, zinc, and B vitamins into your veins, silently powering oxygen to your muscles and keeping your energy burning cold and steady. For those seeking these benefits without consequence, stick to leaner cuts, prepared over flame or heat, and allow yourself this gift 2 or 3 times a week. There's strength lurking in your next meal, waiting for you, masked by banality and routine. But what truly haunts the world of protein is whey, the most potent weapon against muscles grown brittle and weary with age. If there's a single food that blends raw efficiency, ease, and scientific proof in fighting the silent decay of muscle, it's this white, ghostly protein drawn from milk. Whey is absorbed faster and more completely than any of its rivals, a trait owed to its sinisterly high levels of leucine, an amino acid that flips the switch for new muscle growth. As the years pile on, your flesh ignores the feeble signals of renewal. Foods you once trusted shelter too little leucine to turn the tide. Whey, however, answers this desperation perfectly. In shadowy lab studies, researchers at McMaster University revealed that older adults who consumed whey protein after exertion retained up to 40% more muscle than those relying on lesser proteins. The most unsettling fact? Even without movement, regular whey kept strength, balance, and the remnants of youth from slipping away. This is the work of bioactive peptides hidden inside whey, lurking and working to widen blood vessels, dull inflammation, and enhance your body's fading response to insulin, traits so vital for aging muscle tissue. For a dose that may keep frailty at bay, 20 to 30 grams per day, especially after activity or a sparse meal, might be your best ally. Choose pure variants, untainted by sugar or synthetic tastes, bearing the mark of trusted makers. Swirl berries, seeds, and Greek yogurt together into a drink that tastes innocent enough, yet holds the frightening power to claw back what time has mercilessly stripped from your flesh. Oatmeal, creeping into your morning rituals as an infusion with coffee, whispering promises of vitality and endurance it will claw from the void. People shovel oats into themselves, thinking only of bowels or cholesterol, never guessing this humble, cheap grain protects your muscles from decay like a ward against rot. When oats bind with protein, their slow-burning carbs seep energy through your veins, steady and relentless, keeping your blood sugar from plummeting and peeling the strength from your bones. Most never ponder the deeper truth. Oats fight a shadowy battle on your behalf. Their plant protein and methionine fueling the chain reactions inside your cells, locking muscle together strand by precious strand. The soluble fiber, beta-glucan, feeds unseen bacteria lurking in your gut, propping up the fragile ecosystem that stands between you and inflammation's silent malevolence. Each morning, while you mindlessly spoon the mush, magnesium, phosphorus, and iron slip into your system like careful sentinels, patching up what yesterday's ravages threatened to take for good. The University of Sao Paulo tracked the old and fading and found oats bracing their fading bodies against the slow advance of muscular ruin. Consider what happens when you let oats into your breakfast or hide them in pancakes and cakes you bake. Just beware, for every bite fortifies you against forces that would otherwise consume you unseen. Steer clear of instant oat products that are loaded with added sugar. When used carefully, oats become a quiet source of strength, carrying you through the day while others your age seem to tire easily, their energy slipping away. Tofu and tempeh exist as the often overlooked vegetable proteins, quietly holding their ground against meat. For those searching for plant-based ways to hang on to muscle mass without lowering nutritional standards, tofu and tempeh quietly deserve more attention. Born from soybeans, they share roots but differ in form. One gentle and mild, the other dense, fermented, and more nourishing. Tempeh, in a mere 100 grams, offers about 20 grams of protein and brings along fiber, iron, calcium, and magnesium, as though it's trying to help in ways most never notice. The fermentation in tempeh makes the nutrition easier for weary bodies to grasp, something tofu, adaptable in any recipe, often cannot claim. Both supply every amino acid muscle needs, a rare grace among plants, and they come bundled with isoflavones, quiet defenders against subtle, relentless muscle loss. Research, tucked away in scientific corners, found that those who regularly ate soy protein managed to keep their lean body mass, results echoing those of animal protein diets. Working tofu or tempeh into your meals just a couple of times each week can be a small but dependable gesture to stay strong, even as others insist only meat will do the job. This knowledge lingers, rarely whispered in clinics, as though guarding a forgotten secret. Avocado sits close by, offering its healthy fats for fading hormone levels and muscle endurance. Avocados are usually praised for being heart-friendly, but their quiet importance in supporting muscle mass, especially as people grow older, often slips by unnoticed. Packed with monounsaturated fats, avocados can help with hormone balance, including testosterone and growth hormone, both of which become scarce as the years pass. These fading hormones are closely tied to dwindling strength and muscle loss, realities many seniors find impossible to ignore. By regularly eating nutrient-rich fats from avocados, the body gets a small chance to slow that decline, encouraging the kind of metabolic conditions needed to rebuild what time steadily erodes. Avocados also supply a generous amount of potassium, arguably more than a banana, helping with muscle contractions and keeping fluids in balance, things that don't get any easier with age. Vitamin E in avocados adds a layer of protection for worn-out muscles, guarding them from oxidative stress, while the fruit's fiber helps keep the digestive system working at least tolerably well. The result is a food that seems almost designed to fight back against the erosion of vitality that comes with aging, though most never realize its full value. According to research from the University of California, Diets rich in healthy fats don't just support the body. They accompany better physical ability and reduce frailty in older adults, a small comfort against the odds. For the best results, 2 to 3 tablespoons of avocado a day, perhaps at breakfast with lemon or in a smoothie, could make an unseen difference. Cloaked in its ordinariness, the avocado offers a rare edge for those determined to hold on to their strength a little longer. Even if it's a secret that